Welcome to the Veterinary Marketing Podcast, where it's all about helping your veterinary practice attract, engage, and retain clients. Broadcasting a new podcast every Monday from sunny Southern California, here's your host, Brandon Bashirs.
Hey there, everybody. Welcome to episode number 194 and a half of the Veterinary Marketing Podcast. Today, we're going to give you a quick little tip that'll help you to engage with your clients on social media better. It's going to help you with those difficult questions that you get every once in a while. And I think it's just something that'll help to make your social media manager a lot less stressed. Before we get into today's episode, I want to mention a couple things. First, if you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe in iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast from. And number two, if you are not a member of the Veterinary Marketing the Veterinary Marketing Nerds Facebook group, you should head on over. So Veterinary Marketing Nerds on Facebook, go search it. Request to join. It's free. Tons of smart people to help you there. All right, let's jump into today's podcast episode. Today we have something I think that is probably just, it makes a lot of sense. You probably don't think about it though, unless you get it often, but this is going to help you a lot. So a lot of times, and especially having access to a lot of veterinary hospitals' Facebook accounts as an ads manager for a lot of ad accounts, I see all of the messages that come in. And as a veterinary hospital, if you're on Facebook and you have your messenger turned on, you get so many questions. All the time, questions. Hey, this is happening. Hey, this is what's going on. All kinds of things, right? And if you start to see a pattern from your messenger, and I would expect that it would be on Instagram as well, where you just start getting questions. Hey, my dog is doing this. Should I come in? Or what should I do? Or asking for advice a lot of times. What I would do if I was running a veterinary hospital, if I was in charge of the content there, is I would have canned responses that I wrote out that then I could give to my staff that they could respond back in a way that was not disrespectful or like, hey, just come in. Of course you need to come in. What are you thinking? But it gives them a thoughtful response that explains to them that, hey, I wish I could, but here's why I can't, type of a thing. So depending on how you would like to respond to people asking for advice, I think figuring out a tactical sales response that's not going to turn them off and be like, you just need to come in, but will actually say, hey, you know what? I wish that I could just respond here and it would make my job so much easier if I could tell you, but that wouldn't serve you and it wouldn't serve your dog. And here's why. So if you give them a thoughtful response, it's going to be a lot better in building a relationship with them, but that takes so much time. So that's why I think mapping these out, figuring out exactly what to say so that you're saying it in a way that they say, you know what, that does make sense. And instead of just saying, no, we can't tell you what treatments would be online, if you say it in a way that is like that, they're going to say, you know what, these people, they do care. And so I'm going to come in and use them as my veterinarian. So that's my suggestion. I think too, a lot of times I've worked on phone sales in the past, and when I would get calls from people, they were just demanding information. They didn't want any of the details. And the truth was you couldn't give them the information because it wouldn't be relevant to them. So if you typically frame it in a way that says, hey, I would love to just be able to tell you this, but here's why I can't. It's not going to serve you. And what if it's wrong? What if we miss something? It doesn't help you or your pet for me just to give you an answer. And that's why I don't want to, say something. If you're giving them a thoughtful response, you're going to go a lot further. So hope this was helpful. Be sure to subscribe in iTunes, Google Play, or wherever you get your podcasts. And I'll see you on next week's episode. Have a good one, everybody.